trust in the Lord are like Mount Zion, which cannot be moved, but abides forever. For the scepter of wickedness shall not rest on the land allotted to the righteous, lest the righteous stretch out their hands to do wrong. As the mountains surround Jerusalem, so the Lord surrounds his people from this time forth and forevermore. Do good, O Lord, to those who are good, and to those who are upright in their hearts. But those who turn aside to their crooked ways, the Lord will lead away with evildoers. Peace be upon Israel. For the scepter of wickedness shall not rest on the land allotted to the righteous, lest the righteous stretch out their hands to do wrong. As the mountains surround Jerusalem, so the Lord surrounds his people from this time forth and forevermore. As the mountains surround Jerusalem, so the Lord surrounds his people from this time forth and forevermore. As the mountains surround Jerusalem, so the Lord surrounds his people from this time forth and forevermore.
Hey, well, good. What day is it?
Thursday.
Thursday afternoon.
To think about it too.
That was all like so,
Yeah.
professionally done there.
Sure. It's Thursday,
Hey,
January 26th.
let's try that again here. 1, 2, 3. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Thursday. You
Yes,
made it.
It is Thursday.
You made it. You're there.
Yeah.
So I'm Brad.
I'm Krista.
The Big Family Homestead, and today we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff that you can do right now today to improve your health. Now, you may be looking at us and going, wow, they're going to tell us about healthy stuff? Well, here's what we're doing. We are going to tell you stuff that we know sure that we know. We're going to not give you medical advice because we're not doctors.
No.
We will tell you our experience, but that's for you to talk to your doctor about stuff. But we're also going to tell you stuff straight up from the horse's mouth, like the Mayo Clinic. We've got lists from WebMD and what's the other one? CDC, even though they've kind of lost a little bit of luster as of late. A little bit.
Yeah.
You may want to be careful with that.
What?
Because if you bump that, my beautiful bride is using my actual keyboard that controls the live stream to put her stuff on.
Somebody's OCD.
All of a sudden, it's just going to do something crazy. And I'm just, hey, there you go. You just improved my health right now. Because my anxiety
His blood
level
pressure
went down.
just dropped 20 points.
Because I'm
His
like,
anxiety just dropped to about 85%.
Oh, that's funny. It is a plaid day at BFH.
Oh, funny.
You know, the funny thing is, guys, is I've been a tech guy my whole life. Like, I started recording in my dad's recording studio when I was 12. And I can promise you this, if you know anything about tech, it's Murphy's Law. What can happen will happen, good or bad.
And that's why my glass has a closed top.
And that is why
because I have never, ever spilled in his studio.
Oh, boy.
He's spilled in his own studio and on my desk.
Holy Malanta. Okay, let's actually...
But to reduce the anxiety of my husband, I have something with a closed top.
You know, at least, what do they say? People that have addictions, that you have to be willing to admit you have one first. Mm-hmm. Well, that's true about me. I am anxious around tech because it's not cheap.
No.
Anyway, there's one thing you can do to lower your blood pressure is don't get around Brad when he's around technology and something important's happening.
Sure.
We have a list. It's this side.
No.
Both sides?
It's this side. And, well, it's technically both sides.
All right, so here's how this is going to work, guys.
Two-sided list today.
Two-faced list.
No, just two-sided.
So here's how this is going to work. Since it's a live stream, your comments are recorded, which is great. Chip into the conversation. If you know something that you know, share it. Don't be a cotton-headed ninny muggins. Share it. Why being so selfish? Golly. Share it. But if you don't know it, like you're just guessing, go, I'm just guessing, but blah, blah, blah. Because you don't want to tell somebody something you're not sure.
And I know a lot of people have, their tried and true remedies or ways that they do things. And, it's funny. We always say, if you ask a farmer, you ask 100 farmers, 100 different way, or 100 way, no. If
you ask 100 farmers.
100 farmers a way to do something, and they'll give you 100 different answers.
Or 100 farmers.
Don't confuse me anymore.
I did.
I started to confuse myself by saying it wrong.
All right. Okay.
It's Thursday.
Almost there. All right. Things that we do know work for us. We have a video on this one. A lot of people have done videos on this one, but doggone it, it works for us, and it works for everybody else that we've ever talked to. But your doctor will have to give you the okay or no. So tell them, Mom.
Where are we at? Are we starting at the top?
List.
Okay. So we make a syrup. We actually make two different syrups, but the one I'm going to talk about is a honey, ginger, and lemon syrup. And it is so ridiculously good.
What's it good for us?
It is good for whenever you have a cold, a sore throat, the flu, or the...
Don't say it.
The you-know-what.
You're not allowed. Disallowed.
Yeah. So...
Flag on the play.
Yeah. So that's the syrup we make. So what we do is we take an organic lemon because you're going to use the whole thing. So you don't want those pesticides that are on the outside of a traditionally grown lemon.
Excellent point.
So you get an organic lemon and you cut the ends off, excuse me, and then you slice it really, really thin. Okay. You're going to take some ginger, probably about 2-inch knob of ginger, and you're going to take the skin off and then chop it really, really fine. You can grate it. You can do whatever you want with it. Just chop it up. Then you're going to layer those two things in a mason jar. And then as you've gotten all that layered in there, take some raw honey. Don't get the stuff that's in the store, because most of the time it's cut with high fructose corn syrup or corn syrup, whatever.
Local's better.
Get local raw honey and put that on top of your honey and ginger, or lemon and ginger. Sorry. Let that sit in the refrigerator. The juices from the lemon and the ginger are going to thin the honey, and then you're just going to stir it up. Yes, it will crystallize, but that's okay. You're just going to take a big chunk of that. You can put it in your tea and drink a hot tea, or you can just take it straight. We actually had some that was so crystallized, I needed to take it out of the jar and heat it just a little bit, just to thin it. And then I strained out all of the ginger and the honey and the lemon, pressed all of the good juices out and stuff like that. So now we just have a plain syrup where there's nothing in it.
Michigan Daffodil is asking if we have a video on that, and the answer is yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yep, I don't know the exact name, but it's...
it was a long time ago, though.
It's actually trending right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's cold and flu season.
Right. So
Makes sense.
It's a delicious syrup. Kids really like it. And like I said, it's really, really good in tea. I love putting it in tea.
Danny Thrive, I'm not going to read that out loud because I don't want YouTube to get mad at us. But my mom and dad did that too.
It's funny. I don't know if my mom and dad ever did, because my parents were not drinkers. So they did not.
My mom would tell stories of when a baby is teething. That's one of the best things you can do. Just to
rub whiskey or bourbon on their gums. Yeah. It's funny growing.
You don't give them a shot or anything like
that.
No. And hey, this is all you decide with your doctor. We're not giving medical advice.
No.
Any substitute for honey, not that I know of, but I would imagine that the ginger and is still really good for you.
You could probably use a different syrup. Heck, you could use maple syrup if you want, but the honey is really...
Well, here's the thing. I used to keep bees, and Christa's actually helped out with the bees. So we know a little bit about bees. And one of the things that has come up again and again and again in studies, scientific studies of honey, it actually is known to really, really help people that have severe allergies, because the way that it works is the bees are going out and they're getting the pollen from all of these different trees and plants that are causing you to have all those problems. And in the process of them making the honey, it actually makes almost like a little natural anti-go-getter thing after the things that are calling, because it's not an anti-bacterial in such. It's not a it is, but when they give you, when the doctors prescribe, you got a cut and then it's infected. You need to take antibiotics. Duh. It's that thing, Sure. Everybody knows that thing.
It's that thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
It does like that, but it's not that. But it basically really helps people's allergies. Now, here's the thing. Local is the way to go if you can get it, because it's all the plants that are driving you nuts. Yeah.
Anytime you have a cut, like a really bad cut, use honey. You can use honey on that cut.
There's a lot of things you can that are on this list.
Yep.
So, okay, that one is an excellent one, the honey, lemon, ginger.
And that one's really, really easy to do. That's an easy, fast, put together and throw it in the fridge and you're done. There's another one that I like to make that is an elderberry syrup. It takes a little bit longer to make, but it's super beneficial. You're just going to basically take dried, or you can even use
fresh if you can get them.
If you can get fresh elderberries, you can use that. I prefer the dried just because it's just easy.
More convenient, and you can get them on Amazon.
Yeah, exactly. So you're going to cook together these things: ginger, cloves, or an orange, bay leaves, elderberries, and cinnamon. So you're going to cook those, and you're with water. I'm sorry, you have to add water. You're going to simmer them so that it gets thick. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to strain that stuff out, or you're going to put it through a strainer. Press out all of the juice from the elderberries, and then as that is cooled, you're going to mix your raw honey in there.
Yep.
And then that last, I have some that I made last year. That's in the refrigerator.
It's got a little bit of a challenging taste to it for me.
That might be the tincture.
But it really does pack a punch. You get a cold, you notice a difference after you've had it. And the way we do it, again, not doctors, you're going to hear that a lot. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. But the way we do it is you'll get a nice big old tablespoon 3 times, 4 times a day.
Yep.
Yeah. So, one quick thing. Grampy Campy. Hello, sir. Went and visited his live stream last night.
Nice.
Yeah, they were going crazy. They were going. It was like party time. They were talking about, can you freeze cheese? And yes,
yeah, you can.
We have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, let's get a few comments here, questions, and then we'll keep going. What is the best milk to drink nowadays? Now we're biased.
Yep.
We'll just straight up tell you we're biased. And here's why. We have a daughter who eats through a G-tube. So she doesn't eat with her mouth. She can't. The suction doesn't work. She can't get a vacuum going the right way, and she ends up aspirating and
Correct.
Hospital and bad. Well, when Christa started doing research on raw foods, completely not pasteurized. I know it's crazy. This is only our opinion.
Do your own research.
Do your own research. But when Grace started consuming raw milk,
with raw food,
goat's milk
raw
was
food,
the beginning, and then it went to cows. No problems at all.
Nope.
0. She stopped getting sick. We stopped going to all children's, which was many times a year. And I'd like to add that any person that has come over to our house and tried our completely unpasteurized ice cream, who says they have
lactose
intolerance, not a problem.
Right.
Because the enzymes that you need to digest it, they're still in there.
Yeah. So when milk is pasteurized, it kills all the lactase, and your body needs lactase to digest it.
Yep. That's our opinion. Okay. What else? Does pollen from hemp make loco honey?
That's funny.
There is a kind of honey that is a hallucinogenic.
What?
People harvest it from.
Oh, for goodness sake.
And it will get you all loopy.
Oh boy.
I don't need that.
No.
I'm loopy enough without it. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Valerian root. Oh, valerian root. That's a good one. Okay, moving on. I'll try to grab a comment if one comes up. By the way, guys, if you hit the like button and or subscribe or both, it really does help. And if you don't like this live stream, what I need you to do is this. Click thumbs down twice, and that'll really show the YouTube algorithm that you really don't like us. Okay? Hit it twice.
Yep.
Next thing.
So next thing, moringa. You guys know we're fans of moringa.
Oh, yeah.
Best, yeah. It is something that Brad uses for his rheumatoid arthritis. We put it in Grace's diet because it gives her all of the amino acids her body needs and the extra vitamins that she needs because she's not eating like everyone else. She does have a balanced diet.
She's not just eating the milk.
No, she doesn't just have milk. In her food, I put water kefir, the homemade yogurt that I make from our milk.
There's tons of fruits, vegetables, eggs.
Fruits, vegetables, eggs.
Proteins.
Lots of proteins, grains, everything that she would need. The only thing is that it has to be liquefied. So
the milk is the carrier.
Yep. The milk is just the carrier. Yeah, exactly. So, right. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Airplane carrier. Yeah. All right. So, moringa. Now, if you're interested, watch other videos because honestly, it's changed my life. But again, you talk to your doctor. I do believe that there's research that pregnant women shouldn't have it for some reason, and I don't know what that reason is. So
Right.
talk to your doctor.
Right. Right.
Okay. One thing that we can say right now with great certainty, it's the new year. Everybody's thinking about their health. They're looking at that scale, have I had to click another notch loose or tighten it up on the
Right.
belt?
Right.
And I'm here to tell you, fad diets are a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Fad diets always lead you astray. They never take into account your body chemistry.
Right.
They never take into account your metabolism, who you are, how you want to eat, how you're going to do life. And so I would say you'd probably get a lot of doctors that would agree, but talk to yours about fad diets. And I think it's just a terrible idea.
Mm-hmm.
You get some people get really hurt too.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who've gotten hurt just from using these fad diets. You know what? We subscribe to the no fad diet. We don't subscribe to the seafood diet.
No.
No, we don't do that one because, with the seafood diet, all the food you see, you eat. No, we don't do that. We subscribe to
Small increments.
small amounts, instead of having, 3 or 4 things of pasta and starch and, carb loaded, we'll have one.
Just go in smaller increments. That way you won't quit.
Right. And I don't even look at the food pyramids because those are a joke.
Oh my gosh, that
Those
has
are
been
such
so
a
wrong
joke.
for so long.
It is so wrong for so long. I like to, let's just say for breakfast, I eat a rainbow of things. They say you eat the rainbow. I'm not going to hit the mouse. You say you eat a rainbow of things and you will have a healthy diet. Fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds and grains and proteins and things like that. So there's a lot of different things on my plate for breakfast.
Yeah.
And it's mostly raw.
And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. If it comes in a box and it can sit on the shelf for a year,
Don't eat
2
it.
years, it might have some kind of weird chemically thing going on that doesn't happen naturally.
Right.
Just thinking out loud. Might not be how you were designed to eat. And I mean designed intelligently.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah. God.
The things that he
You were
created,
designed.
the things that he created, you should eat.
Right. Exactly. It's not, none of this stuff is hard to think of, but I think a lot of us just get caught up in the advertising, frankly,
Oh yeah.
and
Ooh,
convenience.
this looks good. Yeah.
Convenience.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh, well, okay, here, I'll lead with my failures. That's what you're supposed to do, right? You're supposed to, if you're in the news business, you're supposed to lead with your mistakes. Well, I ate badly for lunch today. I had soup from a can. And I guarantee you, I did not want to read the label because I
he knew what
kind
was
of
in
knew
it.
what was in the label, but it was fast and I had to eat lunch in 20 minutes because I had to take our daughter Hope to work. So I'm wagering I just populated my body with all kinds of chemicals that shouldn't be in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And not every meal is perfect. Trust me, it's not every meal is perfect. We just have to do our best to eat a very balanced diet. Small amounts of meat, small amounts of grain, large amounts of vegetables, large amounts of fruits. Well, I should say moderate amounts of fruits, nuts, seeds, things that God has created on this earth to feed your bodies.
Oh my. So, but now if you're going with like the governmental food pyramid
I
of
won't look at
today.
that one.
Oh, no. The whole bottom section of the biggest part of the food
It's
pyramid.
grains and pastas.
No. It's locusts and bugs.
Oh,
Did you see that? I know that we have a lot of viewers from the UK and over in Europe. And hey, how's it going? In your native tongue. Hi. See, I can speak UK-ish, British. I love you guys. I watch football every day, and I mean the real kind. not the kind with the oblong thing.
Yeah.
But all that to say that, yeah, they're implementing bugs as a major push to get rid of beef for the masses.
No.
Bugs.
No thanks. No thanks.
Let's move on.
Let's move on.
Sugar.
So,
Hey,
yep.
sugar.
Hey, sugar.
It's a known fact that sugar is an inflammatory.
Yes. So
Fact.
Right. So in our household, we have reduced the amount of unnatural sugars.
And that's a big deal.
That's a big deal. So we have honey in our tea. He uses stevia for his coffee. We don't use white sugar for just about anything.
Not anymore.
No.
It's only occasionally if there's like a birthday cake.
Yeah, if we're making a dessert for somebody coming over or we're going there, then we'll make it, but generally white sugar is off the table, literally. We have reduced the amount of gluten we are eating. It is Hong Island. It is hard to get off sugar. It really, truly is.
Oh, yeah.
But there are some really good alternatives. Honey is a really good one. Stevia.
I like stevia, but I like the one that doesn't have the aftertaste.
Right. Pure, Pyure is the brand that he really, really likes. The kids really like it. I'm not a fan of stevia just because it's got an aftertaste for me. But that's okay. Monk fruit is another good one.
Yeah.
I know there's coconut sugar. There's lots of really good natural sugars. But generally we just use honey or stevia. And then fruits. We will eat fruit. That is another sugar that is okay to eat. You can have fruits. Unprocessed fruits.
Right. Michigan daffodil. Sugar is an issue for me. Raw white sugar, tolerable / okay when needed. Your opinion. Only once in a while.
Once in a while, only when needed. If you can use honey for teas and things like that, do that. If you need to use a powdered sugar,
stevia.
Use the stevia, but use like a quarter to half, depending on what you're making, just because it is so much sweeter than white sugar.
Yes. And if you can grow it,
Even better.
Yeah. Yep. When we lived in Ohio, I had a big stevia plant, and you can dry it out, grind it up, and powder it. But the thing is it does have a much more earthy taste than the stuff you buy. I'll just say that. It is sweet.
Yeah.
But it is most certainly something that you got to get used to the natural stuff if you go that way.
Yeah.
The Pure brand, I really like it. It's not a 1-to-1 ratio. It's more like 2 regular sugar to 1 pure.
Right.
About that, I would say.
Yeah, I would. Well, the way I'm thinking is if you have to have 1 cup of sugar, use a quarter, a third, or half cup of the pure. It is, like I said, it's so much sweeter than
it does else. Melt, but it does not melt the same way white sugar does. What about white cane sugar? What is your opinion on that?
Cane sugar is just a less processed white sugar. It still is. I mean, if you can get it, even raw, it's still processed.
Yeah.
So it's yeah.
Pauline says, thoughts on monk fruit. We bought some in the granulized form.
Didn't care for it.
It had a different taste. And you know what? I'll tell you what. If it was like regular processed white sugar or monk fruit, I'm taking monk fruit. If it was monk fruit or the pure stevia, I'm taking the pure stevia.
Right.
But if you didn't have a choice, monk fruit.
Right.
And it's more money.
Oh, monk fruit is much more money than the pure. The Boppinator.
The Boppinator.
Natural maple syrup is another great sweetener that if you can't use honey, you can use maple syrup because that's all it is. It's sap from a tree. You know what's funny is that where we live, maple syrup is kind of like a cult. It's its own food group. Everybody does it. Yeah. And they all say they love it, but it's so much work. Oh, it's so much work. And everybody says that theirs is the best. They always say it.
It's like meatloaf. My mom's meatloaf is the only meatloaf that's good.
Yeah.
It's sad that you can't make good meatloaf because it's only my mom.
Only mom, that can make the best meatloaf. That's really funny.
Hey there, Tammy.
How's it going, Tammy?
She's excited. She finally caught a live chat, so I figured I'd say hi.
It's awesome.
Cane sugar is non-GMO. Beet sugar is GMO. That's a good thing to notice.
Interesting.
I get stevia in the raw brand. No erythritol mixed into it. Yeah, that's an important one there. Molasses. Don't know much about it other than I use it for my worm castings.
Yeah.
If you go and look for gardeners, there's a really great way you can turbocharge your garden with what's called worm casting tea, which you put into your garden along with what's the stuff that I make?
Biochar.
The carbon biochar. Yeah, I'm glitching today, guys. Got to be honest. Snap time. But yeah, you can use the unsulfured molasses to turbocharge the bacteria that's in your worm tea.
Yep.
We have a video on that too.
Yep.
So, okay, here's one that we have been guilty of, and which is why we need to shed a few pounds. Don't eat after 6 o'clock.
Oh, I was pointing to that one.
Oh, you can talk about that one in a minute. Yeah, that was a good one.
Okay.
But again, start small.
Sure.
But eating after 6 o'clock, guys. But then again, you have to be reasonable in that I understand some people work different shifts.
Right.
And they're up at night.
Right. At least, keep it like 4 or 5 hours before you go to bed. Don't eat don't eat no evening snacks. I got to tell you, we used to do evening snacks all the time, and since we stopped, we have dropped a few pounds.
Just by doing that.
Just by eliminating that. Eliminating snacks in the evening and soda. Soda was another huge one. I haven't had a soda in years.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And I want to actually take a moment because, again, we're not doctors. This is not medical advice.
Nope.
But I would like to point out there's a big difference between healthy and
thin
and weight. Some people are overweight and it is unhealthy. Some people have a little too much weight and it's still okay. You got to talk to your doctor about where you're supposed to be.
Right.
But I will say it is kind of getting gross how the media and YouTube, and they're starting to glorify way too much weight, unhealthy weight.
Yeah.
And they're saying, don't judge me. Don't judge me. Well, guess what? I'm not judging anything except the fact that I know that's not healthy.
Right.
And I don't think we should be glorifying it. I don't think that's a good idea because kids are going to see that and they're going to think, well, look at Lizzo or look at whoever.
Look at so-and-so because
doctors say that's not good.
Yeah. You have, when you are severely overweight, you are going to have more health problems and it's harder to get around. And yeah.
Diabetes is knocking on the door.
Diabetes is knocking on the door. I totally get that.
And again, talk to your doctor, but there's certain weight brackets that are healthy for your body type, tall, short, yada, yada, all that.
Yep.
Talk to them about it.
Yeah.
But I think it's really bad the way that the media is glorifying this unhealthy way to be.
Yeah.
Which leads us to the next item, which anybody can do this right now at home.
One of my favorite new things is exercise.
And you could be doing it right now while you're watching us.
Right now. Get a couple of weights, 5 pound, 8 pound.
Grab that. No.
I know what you're pointing at. I just want to make sure I didn't knock anything over.
This is how you can work on your weights. This came from Germany.
It's empty.
There's nothing in it except the certificate of authenticity. This came when my son Jonathan was stationed in Germany.
It's pretty cool.
It is cool, but this is how you can lift your weights, right? When it takes both hands and a mirror to see your belt buckle, you might need to take more walks.
Right. I have our daughter Claire. She has become a personal fitness trainer.
Like officially.
officially. She's got her certificate and everything. She has given me and Dad a few exercises that we can do several times a week. So 4 or 5 times a week is, when we hunker down and we get our exercising done, right? Just some few different weight lifts, squats, push-ups, easy stuff. And I'm not talking like the hard push-ups. Okay. I'm talking about the easy push-ups where you're on your knees, not your feet. But leg lifts, things like that. These are things that you don't need a huge, massive $4,000, exercise machine for. I spent maybe $20 on some weights, and that was about it. And
I could just give you a cinder block instead.
Yeah, that might hurt my hands.
Gloves. She makes excuses
I'll
for everything.
I'll drop it on my feet. Anyhow, over the last few months, I've been doing these exercises, and while I may have not lost a lot of weight, I have gained a lot of muscle. I have gained a lot of muscle, and my waistline has reduced a bit. Not a ton, but what my goal is, not a ton. Hey, get it? Ha ha.
No, I was reading Robert Bates. Keep going though.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
So I've gained muscle, and it's easier for me to run up and down the stairs. No, there's no running up and down the stairs. To get up and down the stairs, I am able to ride my horse a lot easier.
And that's a literal horse.
Literal horse, yes.
Not like a rocking one.
No.
That was last week.
But yeah, just a few different exercises, just a few times a week, really do make a difference.
I am going to move my big old melon, the thing that's stuck to the top of my body, and I want to show you something. I don't know if you can see it back there. Maybe you see that wooden thing, and that thing down there? That's a walking desk.
Oh, yeah. This. Right?
And, yeah.
Over here.
If you see up here,
and down here,
there's a TV up there, and I'll tell you why. Being that I do technology stuff for a job, you sit more than most people. You sit, and that's not good. You're sitting there. So I've seen these walking desks where you can stand up and you can walk at 1 mile an hour or so. And before you know it, you've walked a few miles and you're still working away. You can click. And it only took me like maybe 15 minutes to get really used to it because you got to adjust a little bit. But there's a work area.
Yeah, there's a desktop there and mouse pad so that he's able to.
And that was just scrap wood. And that treadmill, we got that treadmill for $40.
Was it 40? I thought it was 15.
We'll go with whatever she said
matter.
because she's always right.
It was a few years ago, so I don't remember.
It was cheap.
It was cheap.
And you can usually find them pretty much like some free middle of the year. So all in, that would cost, it was scrap wood for us. But if you had to buy it, I don't even think it would be $25 in wood.
Well, then, but now it's probably more like $150 in wood.
However, the walking desks that you buy, they're expensive. I saw it. I was like, whoa, I'm just going to build one.
Yeah, super expensive.
And so several times a week, I'll get on there and just, I've got it to where I can shift my work monitor over to there. So I can sit and edit music or do whatever I need to do video wise. And I'm clicking away while I'm also not being a potato in this chair. And I'll say during the winter, Ruth comes up and she will walk on it.
Hope
Dad,
does.
can I? Yeah. Hope does.
I will occasionally,
say, yeah. And I will say that it really ticks the snot out of Brutus.
Oh, he doesn't like it.
Hates it.
Doesn't like it.
He'll come up there and you can see he's trying to work it out. Or St. Bernard, he's looking at me and he's saying, "You're walking, but you're not going anywhere. I don't like it." And then he'll sit there and go,
He doesn't like it. He thinks you're hurting yourself.
I don't know.
Yeah. I wish there was a way that we could get him to walk on it. But that's not ever going to happen.
He needs a little weight loss program.
He's so wide. I mean, he's at least 2 feet wide. He's so wide.
Treadmills
It's
are
crazy.
an excellent place to hang clothes and stack folded things.
I actually saw a funny meme about that. Yeah, the new use for exercise bikes and treadmills and stuff. So.
Delaney B, excellent point. If you don't have any weights and you want to do something, start small. Maybe you're not used to doing it. You can just grab a can of soup. Hey, you can have the can of soup that I should have left on the shelf instead of eating today.
You could even actually use gallons of water.
Ooh.
Because they have handles. They're easier to hold on to. And they're 8 pounds.
Hold on to them jugs. That's right. So, treadmills. Yeah. I got a Zwilling food saver. That's an interesting name.
I've never heard of that one.
Zwilling. And I use it. Okay, can you read? Because I can't see.
And I
it's behind
just
the
used
camera.
it. It's so easy. I had a brand new food saver that I bought 10 years ago. Never opened. Bad me. And it wouldn't seal. And this is so easy to use. Yeah, the older the sealers get, the strip wears out. It doesn't work.
Okay. More water.
Yep.
This is a universally accepted thing. Now, I'm not talking about the crazy people because it is true that 1 or 2 people or something small die because they literally can drink too much water. They take it like a challenge or something stupid, like a TikTok thing. And it does happen. It's a real thing.
Yep.
But that is so rare. And most people, you know, if you just said, okay, I'm going to drink 2 or 3 big things of water, it's going to help you a lot.
Yep. There is a percentage according to your weight, how much water you should drink, but I cannot honestly for the life of me remember what that is. But you know, the whole age old thing, you need to only drink 8 ounces, 8 glasses of 8 ounces of water every day. That's 64 ounces. That's a half a gallon. That's not really enough for, you know,
Most people.
For most people. But
Talk to your doctor.
talk to your doctor, do your own research. But that's, yeah.
More water is generally a thing.
Right. And if you don't like the flavor of water,
Oh, yeah. This.
this is that we have been doing for
Here, I'll see if I can find
Excuse
it.
me.
You keep going.
true lemon, true lime, and true grapefruit. They are little packets, or you can get them in bulk in the bigger, like they look like they're in Parmesan cheese canisters. They probably actually are Parmesan cheese canisters.
Here they are.
But one little packet, yep, flavors. So I use 1 packet of grapefruit oil for this, and I fill this thing probably 6 times a day. And this is 17 ounces, 16 ounces, whatever. And 1 packet, no sweetener whatsoever, just 1 packet of the grapefruit. And it adds so much flavor to the water, and it really does help with my mood. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm feeling my mood is better.
She's perky.
With grapefruit essential oil. There is the ingredients in the grapefruit packet
She's
is
like, and we're
citric
done with
acid.
that.
Don't listen to him. I'm going to mute his mic in a second.
I'll do it.
So grapefruit, the true grapefruit packets have citric acid, grapefruit oil, and grapefruit juice. So there is the oil in there and the juice, and so you're getting really good benefits. The vitamin C that's in there, it helps to balance your mood. It helps to decrease your blood pressure, which I didn't realize.
Yep.
It relieves stress. It's antibacterial and antimicrobial. So you're killing. No, I'm just kidding. You're not killing anything in there. And it can treat various conditions like acne and stomach ulcers even. So I was shocked when I read that. I actually Googled that right before we started. So
Christa makes yogurt, homemade
I
yogurt.
I do.
And I will use the real lemon, and my favorite is the real lime, or true lime, sorry. But I'll put it in the yogurt. And as bizarre as it sounds, this is what I'll do with it. I got the yogurt. Hers is like super tangy too. So keep in mind, it's not like a gooey caramely sweet kind of thing. It's
there's
more
no sugar
tang.
in it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no sugar.
No
So
sweetener.
I'll use some of the stevia, the pure stevia, so it sweetens it up. I'll use a dash of vanilla and like a packet or 2 of that real lime, and then a healthy amount of raisins. And boy, oh boy, it helps a lot. Let's just say that.
Yeah. It's really, this yogurt is really, really good. For the longest time, I didn't eat it because I didn't like the taste of it. But what I do is I have a scoop of jam that I have made, and I'll put that in there with some berries and some yogurt, and that's my breakfast. It's so yummy.
And we both will, depending on the day, we'll put some granola in it.
Did I say yogurt?
Yes.
I meant to say granola. Duh.
It's okay.
So yeah, granola. Thanks for that ad.
You're the one who brought it. I didn't.
I know.
I just went with it, baby.
Right. I know.
Far be it from me to,
Yeah.
debate the queen.
Yeah. So Michigan daffodil, yes, that is what I read online, that it heals ulcers. I
Don't know that, though. We don't know that.
It treats ulcers. I don't know if it heals ulcers.
Talk to your doctor.
Talk to your doctor. I just know that grapefruit essential oil is really, really good for your body. So
You guys, do me a favor. Just type this into the chat. Everybody that's watching, talk to your doctor.
just do that right now.
Because then YouTube will love this stream, because it'll be all that in a bag of chips. So, okay, 3 of the big ones.
This one first.
Sleep. Get more sleep,
Sleep.
please.
More sleep.
More sleep equals gooder life
Right.
and gooder grammar.
And I know a lot of folks have issues sleeping well at night. And what we do...
Or driving. Keep going. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you don't want to sleep while driving. That's crazy.
Talk to your doctor.
Talk
That's
to your
right.
doctor. Talk
Thank
to your
you.
doctor. Okay, bring it on, guys.
Thank you.
We won't do any kind of pharmaceutical sleep aid or
And this is just us again.
This is just
because you
us.
got to talk to your doctor.
right. We will use melatonin. If we're having trouble sleeping, we will take a 5 milligram tablet of melatonin. Don't get the chewables because they have artificial sweeteners in them, and you don't want that. But yeah, we'll use a melatonin if we're having trouble sleeping. Melatonin is naturally occurring in your body, and sometimes it's just not working right, so you need a little added boost. So, yeah.
If you can, though, not use it, natural sleep is going to be better, obviously.
Yes. Yeah.
Wear yourself out. Stay up.
Do some exercise.
Yeah.
Seriously, take
Get
a
on
walk.
the walking desk.
Get on the treadmill. Watch a movie or something. But
Oh, my gosh.
yeah.
Hey, how come BP Devo, you didn't come over to use the walking desk? You said you were coming over, Phoebe. Just come on over. You can borrow it. I'll keep working. It don't bother me. You guys, that's what it sounds like when somebody's walking on it.
Yeah.
Talk to your doctor. Okay, so better grammar. Yeah, better grammar.
Better grandma.
Sleep is a big one.
Sleep is huge,
do you want to
yeah.
go with that one, or should
This
I
one.
on
Sure.
that one?
Go ahead.
I'll start and then you chime in.
Okay.
Okay, I heard a study as I was dropping off Hope to work today, and it's something that but you didn't really hear the study, so you can kind of just push it away like, it's probably true, I know. Limit your internet intake, people.
Especially in the evening.
Especially in the evening. So this study was on the average person, okay? The average person spends over 7 hours a day on social media and YouTube and checking your emails. 7 hours.
Crazy.
The study went on to show that almost every ailment is affected by that. Let that sink in. Everything from heart disease, mental problems, emotional things,
Probably sleep disorders.
anxiety, sleep, all of it has an impact with that one thing. One thing. And don't kid yourself, people. The people that design these programs that we all use, the apps, they study how to make you addicted. And when you swipe a video or you swipe a TikTok or you look at a Twitter or you look at your email, they know that biologically you have this tiny little hit of dopamine, a tiny little hit that actually makes you feel just a little perky. And they use that, and they give it to you just enough where they'll taper it down, and then so that you want more. And this was a rough one. millennials. They did a study on millennials and social media, and almost every aspect of their lives was worse. Everything from grades in school, relationships were almost non-existent. The study said that of millennials, most said they have 0 best friends.
Yeah.
0.
Right. And most are acquaintances.
Depression's on the rise.
Yep.
Find good things to surround yourself with.
Yep.
And that leads us to the most important one of the day.
Hold on. Hold that thought.
Yes, ma'am.
So with regards to the internet and sleep, they are combined. VW Valley, to take your TV out of your bedroom.
Yes.
Take your phone out of your bedroom.
You don't want to hear go zzz, and then now you're awake.
Don't have those items in your room whatsoever. We have done this ever since we were married. The phones are not in our room unless he's out of town. If he's out of town, that which very rarely happens, then the phone, and the phone is in the room. But there's no TV, there's no phone in the bedroom whatsoever. Read a book, pray. So, go ahead.
Alan Lacey, does that mean we should stop watching you? Alan, I'm going to be serious with you. If that means your health improves, yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. I would not want the 0.0006943 cents that we get from your ailment.
No.
And I'm honestly being serious.
He's not joking.
Guys, we don't make but like $40 from any video practically. Like let's just say it this way. If we got like 20,000 views on a video, which we just don't get anymore because we stopped doing drama. If you got like 20,000 views, you're making like $30. It's not, people are not getting rich on YouTube.
No.
Unless you're like way up there.
Unless you get like hundreds of thousands of views and you have 1 million subscribers,
you're causing drama all the time.
And that is
drama.
Yes, and that's the thing. And that doesn't help with your sleep either.
Yeah, there are channels that
health.
all they do is pick on the other channel, or this one's feuding with that one, or this one it's just constantly nothing but negative.
Right.
They do really well. You know why? It's the same reason why newspapers do well, because it's an old newspaper trick. If it bleeds, it leads.
Yeah.
When you bring out drama, you bring out horrible human devastation, you bring out all of the bad, that's what people will sit and do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. If it means you to have better health, I'm all for it. Truthful.
Yep.
So, but it would be nice if you just made an exception once in a while to watch us.
Yeah, there's that.
Just once in a while.
Yeah.
You know, roll a dice. Today is not the day.
Yeah.
Now, the most important one, or did you come up with something else?
Nope, that was it. Go ahead.
You go ahead.
Nope.
Ladies first.
No.
Chivalry is not dead in this house. You're like, what's chivalry?
I know what it is.
I know you know. Yeah, Alan, I figured you were joking.
Yes.
It seemed like a funny thing. But I'm being serious though, in that I would much rather, if you guys are out there and you're spending 6, 7, 8 hours a day on YouTube, please stop. Pick and choose. Find the ones that are good and uplifting.
Yeah. Lisa, what surprises me, she says, is I would thought your views would be up. The problem is most people want drama.
They want drama. They want all the negative stuff. You can just look at the big channels, even in the homesteading world.
Yep.
The big channels cause drama.
Yes, they do.
And you know what?
I don't want to have anything to do with it.
Let them have it.
Knock
I would
yourselves
rather hang
out.
out with you guys.
Yep. I would rather have... Yeah. No, I don't want to have anything to do with the drama.
I think Phoebe is right. Watch Big Family Homestead while you're on the treadmill.
Yes.
Way to go.
Got it.
I think we're going to hire a new media coordinator. Her name's Phoebe. Except we don't have a media coordinator that's not Brad.
Danny Thrive says, this is a really funny comment. Funny, not funny. My wife says she has the phone with her in case someone dies. They will still be dead in the morning.
You know, that's a really funny side thing, that when we moved here to central Wisconsin, There were friends of ours who they got the newspaper and they read the newspaper for one thing and one thing only.
The obituary.
And I'm not kidding.
No.
They were not joking. I said, why do you get this newspaper? You guys get it every week. Well, we need to know who died. Well, time out. So that's how you're going to know that you're concerned about that person who is no longer breathing
By reading
oxygen.
the newspaper.
So you cared enough to know if they died, but you didn't care enough to call them before they did?
No, they'll just call you afterwards.
Then it seemed logical to me that, well, why would you even bother caring about whether they lived or died if you only want to know? Anyway, that said, the most important thing. Now, here it goes. You ready? Study after study after study shows, and I know this because I worked with Zig Ziglar, and he said this every time he would do a live event. Study after study after study shows that people who have a connection to God are happier, healthier, and stereotypically, happier, healthier. They make more money. Believe it or not, he honestly said they have better relations
with their spouse.
And I'm talking the physical kind. I'm not lying. He said that every time. He was citing a Dallas paper study.
Dallas Theological Seminary?
No.
Oh, okay.
The newspaper.
Oh, okay.
That they have better mental health, better physical health. I wonder why. It just seems like that doesn't seem possible. Mm-hmm. Well, why?
Yeah.
I don't know. When you're connected to the God who made you, maybe you can talk to Dad and say, Dad, hey, really having a hard time lately. Maybe you can actually say, guess what? I need some help. Maybe you can actually have peace and calm even though things are chaotic all around you. Who would have thought, right, Martha? Mm-hmm. Who would have thought? I'm here to encourage you guys. If you give God this much, He's going to flood you with so much you have no idea the benefits that will come with it. Talk to God and say, hey, I need some help, or I need to pray, or I haven't cracked my Bible open. I haven't read your word in a long time. It might be a good time to revisit that. Mm-hmm. And we don't try to cram anything down anybody's throat. So that's kind of how I'm going to leave that. But I will say this, that one of the things I've been working on is a way for people to get more scripture in your life without, in a very easy way to do it. And that's through music. In a minute, I'm going to play you one of a Psalm song, and it's a new one. It's Psalm 33. Well, not new. I didn't write it. God did.
It's new to your ears.
Yeah. So that said, talk to your dad, and I mean the one in heaven. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to play this here in a second, but before we do, Mom's going to do a little bit of how are we going to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Talk to your doctor.
Yeah. Have a blessed day, everybody.
Go talk to your doctor.
Yeah.
Bye.
Joy in the Lord, oh you righteous. Praise benefits the upright. Give thanks to the Lord with the lyre. Make melody to Him with the harp of 10 strings. Sing to Him, and all his work is done in faithfulness. He loves righteousness and justice. The earth is full of the steadfast love of the Lord. By the word of the Lord the heavens were made, and by the breath of his mouth all their host. The Lord brings the counsel of the nations to nothing. He frustrates the plans of the peoples. The counsel of the Lord stands forever, the plans of his heart to all generations. Sing to him a new song, play skillfully on the strings with loud shouts. For the word of the Lord is upright, and all his work is done in faithfulness. He loves righteousness and justice. The earth is full of the steadfast love of the Lord. By the word of the Lord the heavens were made, and by the breath of his mouth all their host. For our heart is glad in him, because we trust in his holy name. Let your steadfast love, O Lord, be upon us, even as we hope in you. Sing to him a new song, play skillfully on the strings with loud shouts. For the word of the Lord is upright, and all his work is done in faithfulness. He loves righteousness and justice. The earth is full of the steadfast love of the Lord. By the word of the Lord the heavens were made, and by the breath of his mouth all their